video, we're going to be explaining and detailing part 2A of the Upwork sales process to increase your conversion rate by 125%. Okay. Now, on this video, on this document, we're going to go specifically over the structure and mentality, okay, when you're executing the sales process. Now, if you're watching this, that means you've already watched the setting process video, which is part 1, okay, and you should already have that dialed in, implemented, integrated into your system, okay. Once that's done, we can now move on to this part, onto this section, the fun part that I consider it fun, which is closing, okay? Getting deals signed, payments sent, right? Now, before we even go in how to structure and handle sales calls, we first need to understand what is a sales call and what the purpose of it is, right? What mentality you should go into these sales calls with. Most people think it's about pushing, pressuring, just selling the client nonstop until they finally decide to buy it, until they finally say yes. But in my experience and a lot of other business owners, if you just use these tactics, dirty tactics, just never taking no for an answering and just keep going at it, convincing them until they finally say yes, you're just going to have a bunch of chargebacks, bad reviews, clients that, you start the project, but they don't really want to work with you. They pay late. They want to stop the project. For whatever reason, it's just not a good experience, right? Because you just force them into it. It's the wrong mentality. The highest conversion rate that I've seen, the highest success long-term in your business is just being genuine, okay? You just have to be genuine when you're going into a sales call, okay? And now, what does being genuine mean? Well, to explain this, I first have to explain why it's so important that you actually provide a high quality service, right? And you're not just scamming people. You're actually really good at what you do, and your service is really good. Because if it's really good, you subconsciously will be convinced, your team will be convinced that you're providing them a ton of value. Okay, you're going to help them. You're going to help the client. You're not going to hurt them if they hire you, right? So when you go into a sales call, it's all just about explaining to them and helping them see how you're going to help them. It's not about selling them on something they don't want. You have to show them, hey, you have this problem. I have the best solution, and I'm confident that I have the best solution, right? And that's something subconscious, and that only comes when you're providing a very high quality service and you're being genuine with them. You're really showing them, hey, I really believe in my product and my service that I'm offering. Okay, so the right way to look at it is it's a conversation. You're not trying to sell them anything, convince them of anything. You're simply asking them a bunch of questions, as many questions as possible, understanding what their problem is, where their pain points are, what they're looking for, right? How somebody can help them, and if and only if it makes sense, okay, for you to help them, which in most cases it does if you're on the call with them, then you can explain what your solution is, what service you provide, and how you can solve that specific problem that they have, and it seems genuine to them, right? They're gonna see you as somebody that really wants to help them, not just somebody that's trying to make money and sell them and think about profits, right? You're not forcing your solution onto them, but you're listening to their problem, hearing them out, understanding their situation, and then just explaining to them why you are a great fit to help them. Okay? Prioritize relationships over the sales every time. Okay? Now, the second part of this document, this video, we're going to go over the sales call structure. Okay, very, very simple. This depends on the agency or on your service, but in most cases, I would say 95% of cases, this structure works great. Okay, it's led to the highest conversion rate for myself, for my different development agencies, and the most success within the team. Okay, and that's to divide the sales calls into two different calls, both 30 minutes. It can be 15, 30, 45, depending on how much information you need, right? The first one is always a discovery call, right? You can even call it a free discovery call. I like to call it a free discovery call or a free consultation call or get to know each other call, one-on-one call, whatever you want to call it. um, but the objective of this meeting is just to get as many details about the product as possible. Don't pitch them, don't sell them on anything. Just try to get, okay, you want to build this, you want to do that. Give me all the information possible. Understand them, hear them out, really connect with them, resonate with them. And then if they qualify, if you can help them, then as we'll go over in another document here, then you can move on to schedule a second call. Okay, and then this second call is the proposal call, and on this call is where you're actually going to pitch them. This is the call where you've already heard them out, gotten all the information. Now you can come up with a fixed price, timeline. You can show them why you're the best solution, convince them of it, and just try to help them solve their problem. Right? This should be a separate call. First of all, you just want to give value to them, help them as much as possible, listen to them, and then afterwards we'll have the second proposal call. Okay. Ideally, before the discovery call, before the first call, we already want to get information about their project. Right now, this could be through a Calendly booking form or a contact page on your website or on your freelancer profile. Um, but we want to have information about the product beforehand to go and prepare it into the call. And then we also want to send them assets, maybe case studies, maybe blogs, a book that you wrote, any resource that you have, information about yourself, your CV, whatever it is. You want to send that over to them before the call, maybe through email, so that you can warm them up. They already come to the call like, wow, this guy's really good. I'm really excited for this call. He's going to help me a lot, right? Now, this is not necessary, but it is really good and can really help your conversion rate. Now, we have a separate guide and a whole like schematic automations workflow that teaches you how to build this out. Okay, so that will be on a separate doc, not live yet. Well, by the time you're watching this video, it might already be live, so check it out. But it is coming very soon. Okay, now after this, check out part 2B, where we'll go over the next step of the Upwork sales process.